Welcome to the Community Difference, Wylie. Brought to you in part by Master Networks Wylie and powered by The Difference Media, LLC. Today's show is hosted by Tara Padilla with Texan Window Cleaning, Allison Wilson with Community Wealth Advisors, Melissa Mancini, owner of Mancini Photography, and Juan Peón with JP Direct Health. The Community Difference Wylie was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals. So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts, and insights about being a professional, along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Wylie starts now.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I am Tara Padilla, owner of Texan Window Cleaning, and your host for the day. We are going to have a great show today. I am so excited. Our topic for this month is still leveraging social media. And today we get to hear it from a little bit of a different perspective. So I'm super excited. Let's go ahead and bring on our co-host for the day. Hello. How is everyone doing?
Morning.
Hey,
On this beautiful February day.
look at this crew.
I know. I think we need to go find a porch and laptops and finish the day out over there.
Amen. I wish we could do this podcast outside. That would be a great idea.
It would be fun.
Well, I am so excited to have y'all here this morning, as well as our amazing guest. And so what we're going to do is go around and give our viewers and our listeners just a little idea of who y'all are and what y'all do. So Paul, you want to start it off for us?
Oh gosh. Well, I guess since I'm on the top corner, kind of like Hollywood Squares, I'll go first. So, well, my name is Paul Fisher. I'm a local mortgage lender with Certainty Home Lending. We, of course, will do residential. I do second homes, vacation homes, and investment properties. So lots of growth in Wylie and surrounding areas, and we're always here to be a resource. So happy to be on the show today. I'm subbing for Melissa Mancini. She's out on special assignment, so I'm sure she'll be back on the next one.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you subbing for Melissa. I was going to say, Melissa, you look mighty fine today.
I'm feeling fine.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you for
You're
that.
welcome.
Allison, you want to tell us a little bit about you and what you do?
Absolutely. My name's Allison Wilson. I'm a financial advisor and a certified financial planner. And my business is Community Wealth Advisors. We're located in the heart of downtown Wylie, right on Ballard. I just love having our office space here in the heartbeat of Wylie. We're a family-owned, independent firm through Raymond James. And, you know, our kind of space where we operate most of our business is with individuals. We work with couples, families, small business owners, helping with all aspects of financial planning and investment management. So that's kind of a little bit about who we are. And everything always starts with just a complimentary consultation. So I'd love to talk to anybody who has any questions.
I love it. And if y'all have never visited Allison's office, she always has the cutest decor on her front door. So if you're in downtown Wylie, just stop by, say hi. They're very welcoming. And she does have the cutest office and the cutest decor. Thank you so much for being here today, Allison.
Thank you.
All right, Juan, last but not least, how about you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Good morning. So Juan Peón, I own JP Direct Health. I'm a health insurance broker. And I mean, I've been doing this for about 15 years, and we offer affordable health insurance solutions that, same thing like Allison, it could be an individual or family, all the way up to employers providing benefits for their team. And this could be anywhere between an individual, one sole proprietor owner, all the way up to 49 employees. You know, our plans are different. What I do is different because we customize the coverage to try to make it fit budgets and the needs, whether it's for the team or for the individuals. And I operate not only all the state of Texas, but we also operate in different states. I have a handful of states right now, but I can also do that as needed. So if somebody has a family member in a different state and I don't happen to have a license there, I can get the license in just a few days and then be able to help them as needed. So that's pretty much what I do.
That's amazing. I didn't realize that you could do it outside of Texas also. So that's helpful. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, happy to have you guys here today. And while this is a great group of people, we do have some more people to bring to the show. So let's go ahead and bring our guests on and introduce them and a little bit about themselves as well. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Thank y'all so much for joining us this morning. How's everyone doing?
Great.
Good, good. Well, what we're going to do now is tell our viewers and listeners a little bit about our guests today. So just tell them a little bit about yourself and what you do and how you got started. And so we will have the co-host introduce you. And so, Paul, you're top on my screen.
All right,
again.
there we go.
You
Yeah, I
ahead
get to
and
go.
in.
Yeah, I kind of like being first, kind of set the standard or get covered up by somebody better. So, well, anyway, so I am excited to have my good friend Kate Porter Buxton on the show today. So Kate is she's a local realtor with Coldwell Banker Apex. And a few things about Kate is that she is extremely involved in the city of Wylie. So she's an ambassador for the Wylie Chamber of Commerce. She just finished out the leadership for Wylie. So, I know Kate will be able to tell you more about her, but she and I have gotten to be, good friends, and excited to have her on here. And she's got some social media game that we're going to talk about today as well. So Kate, I'll let you take it from here.
Thanks, Paul. Thank you, everyone, for having me. I'm excited to be here, albeit I am definitely a little nervous. It's been a long time since I've been on film, recorded, what have you. Anyway, trusted real estate advisor, like Paul said, with Coldwell Banker Apex on the residential sales side, but have a long background in real estate in the commercial underwriting space, primarily with multifamily properties, owned and operated rental properties. So a myriad of things in my background, real estate related. And as Paul said, I have really dug my feet in here in the Wylie community, and I love it. I love being able to learn about what Wylie is about, what drives our people, what creates our community, and what keeps us together thriving. So leadership Wylie, being an ambassador, really knowing the business owners and leveraging those relationships so that we can all level up together.
Awesome.
I love that answer, Kate. And I love seeing you so involved. I follow you on social media. And so I'm always keeping up with you and seeing, what new location you're at today. I love it.
Thanks.
I love it.
She's a busy person. There's no doubt.
It is definitely. I have a hard time keeping up, but I love it. Keep you on your toes. Well, thank you so much for being here today. And we will dig a little bit deeper during our guest interview in just a little bit. Allison, you want to go ahead and introduce your amazing guest today?
Oh, I sure do. I'm happy to have Susan Cranford on as my guest today. She and her husband own Texas Fast Pool, and I met Susan just a few months ago, and I've really come to enjoy being around her a lot. She's easy to talk to, and so I'm going to let Susan. Why don't you just give us that overview of you and your business, and we'll look forward to interviewing because I've got some good questions ready.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I'm excited and nervous all at the same time. Todd and I, we live here in Wylie. We raise our kids here in Wylie. They go to Wylie ISD. We absolutely love the city, and we wanted to put down deeper roots, and what better way than to invest your livelihood into your community. So we started Texas Fast Pool, and we've quickly grown, and it's just a fun industry to be in. You're making people's dreams come true in their backyards. You're getting to help people design things, and through the design process, and we really enjoy doing everything that we do. We were raised on an island, so being near water just seems natural to us, and we both love the water. Our kids all love the water. And we have 4 kids. We've been together for 26 years, married almost 16 next month. And we've got Rachel. She's a freshman at East. Carly is in grade 7 at Burnett. And then Blake and Brent are twins. They're in 5th grade at Harrison. So we're out of the elementary stage. That was a hard pill to swallow, but they're growing up and moving on. And hopefully one day they'll want to join us in doing what we do.
Very cool.
Nice.
Well, I'm going to dig in more. We're going to learn more a little bit when I get to the interview part. I'm going to ask you about that island a little bit because I think that's a cool part of your story, and maybe it'll help everybody understand. You don't use y'all as much as I do. Your vernacular is a little different, so we'll get into it.
I'm excited to hear more about that.
By the end of the show.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to hear more about that, definitely. And if y'all have not seen Susan's pool in her backyard, I'm going to make her post a picture, because if that has any reflection on the pools that they install, then you definitely want to get with Susan. All righty, Juan. Last but not least, again, you want to go ahead and introduce your guest for us?
For sure. So Mr. Ian Halperin is part of the ISD, the Wylie ISD, and I've known him forever, but didn't get to know him until recently, as I started serving at the board of directors of the Chamber of Commerce, and he's been serving there now for a little bit. And Ian is just all over Wylie. If you don't know him or seen his face somewhere, you need to get out some more. But he's a pinnacle of the ISD. In the beginning, I don't even know if I told you this, Ian, but I thought you were the principal because you were always making face. I didn't know what Dr. Vincent looked like. I thought you were him. So, in any event, please tell us a little bit about what you do and how you run that ISD.
Runs a stretch. Thanks, Juan. Yeah, I'm very fortunate that I have a great job. I get to kind of represent Wylie ISD out in the community with business people, with PTA, with legislatures, other entities, just the community in general. So it's been great. My kids graduated from here. Dr. Vincent hired me about 12 years ago when he came in to come over here and help him with the communication stuff. We've evolved and gone through some changes. We'll talk about that in the next segment. But just really fortunate. I've been doing this for a little over 25 years now. This is the face you get. Back before internet and media and messaging, and you used to have to do old school notification about closures, I'd be the voice on the phone. So people used to know me from school closure days. Now it's a robot and text and stuff, but I'm glad you recognize me, and I'm just happy to be part of the district.
We may have to get a sample of that voiceover later on.
Absolutely.
Like, you got to wake me up first. Like, before you tell everybody else, you got to come in and wake us up first. I'm like, okay.
I think you should record it for a memory of the old days and just use it as the autoplay.
Yeah. Well, when you're in Wylie and they do it alphabetically, it's noon before you even get on TV. So I'm kind of glad we've gone to automated systems.
I know the kids these days don't know what it was like to sit in front of the TV back in the day and just wait until the school is scrolling at the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, and I grew up when I was young, I was in Michigan, and we didn't call school very often. And when we did, you didn't get the call until the morning. We recognize that parents are busy and there's a lot of factors that go into it. So Dr. Vincent really tries to give parents as much notification as possible.
I love that. And how technology has changed. I love it. Well, we're so happy you're here with us today and excited to hear more about your journey and the guest interview. With that, let's go ahead and take our first break. And then when we get back from our break, we'll talk about what's going on in Wylie.
The community difference Wylie is made possible by Paul Fisher with Certainty Home Lending, Close with Certainty, Brittany Welch with Boards by B. It doesn't get any cheddar than this. Melissa Mancini, owner of Melissa Mancini Photography. Don't let your babies grow up to be JPEGs. Caitlin Fiesel with Elite Diamond Cleaning. Your house is a diamond, let's get it out of the dust. Angela Tucker with Coldwell Banker Apex, here to help you discover your real estate dreams and build wealth through all stages of life.
And by Padilla with Texan Window Cleaning. Don't let dirty windows be your pane in the glass. The North Texas Community Difference Wylie. Together, we can make the difference.
And now back to the show. What's up, Wylie?
All right. Now, this part of the show, we talk about some events that are going on in What's Up Wylie. Hey, Brittany, thank you so much for tuning in. And we will go ahead and start that segment.
Sounds good.
Juan?
Hello, Juan.
Oh, I hear you now. It was kind of quiet there for a minute. All right. So I'll go first. So I wanted to mention three things. One of those is today, the Chamber of Commerce a great place. I think that's where a lot of the networking and connections to the city start. Has this typical networking at 8 o'clock in the morning on Wednesdays, but a lot of people can't make it in the mornings. So there's different events that we do through the chamber to try to bring networking and business connections together. One of those is the 501 mixer. Silly thing, it is called 501 just because it's after 5 o'clock whenever it goes home. So Jennifer Reed reminded us that we have one today at 5:01 p.m. starting, and it's going to be at the newest, awesomest restaurant we have in Wylie, the Creekside Grill. So just come on in, pop in. There's nothing required. There's no time you need to spend there. Just come in and meet some local business owners and have some fun. The second thing, too, is if you go to the WylieChamber.org website and just look at the calendar, there is a very large amount of ribbon cuttings that we have coming up. Some of those are new businesses in the area. Some of those are not. They just decided to join the chamber, and we're honoring them by doing a ribbon cutting, introducing their business to the community. But they're fun, and if you come and support that business, not only do you get to know the owners right at the beginning, but you get to connect with all other business owners and chamber people that are all about the community and are all about helping and supporting each other. And then the last thing is, this one's a little bit far out. It's going to be in May, but tickets go on sale on March 1st. It's going to be the Taste of Wylie. That is an awesome event. First of all, we're not going to be, I hope not, we're not going to be quite at 110 degrees at that point in May, but it's outside, is at the old city park, and you get to taste all kinds of local vendors, food, and I'm sure there's going to be some kind of ice cream stands and all kinds of stuff. It's a lot of fun, and you're out in the community, again, meeting people and getting to see what happens in the community. So I think either of those three or all of them are great events to show up.
Sounds like fun. It sounds like fun for sure. And Miss Susan is going to tell us about a little bit of Galentine's that's coming up.
Yes, on Saturday evening, Connect Women they're a nonprofit organization, and their whole focus is to connect women in the community. And they're hosting a Galentine's Gala this Saturday, 7 p.m. at Blue Heron Landing on Pleasant Valley Road. Get dressed up, grab your girlfriends, come have fun. They're going to have raffles and silent auctions and a DJ, and I believe there's a bartender there. You can also BYOB if you want. And it's just going to be a great time. She puts out numerous events during the year, but this Galentine's one is their biggest one. And we all like to get dressed up and have fun with our friends. So everybody should come Saturday night. I'm looking forward to it. Absolutely. And then the other thing, so you're not missing out on time with your loved ones or your family, Friday evening, the Wylie Acting Group are opening their production of Route 66. This production is completely directed. Everything is done by the kids that take part in this program. So they're very excited about this production. And it would be a great date night, a great time to have, some family time. Tickets are super cheap, $15. You can hit up Creekside for a bite to eat and then head into the play and support the kids here in Wylie.
Sounds like so much fun. I hear their productions are amazing. And Allison's also got something for us.
Yeah, well, I'm a planner, so I like to project out a little bit into the future here. So I wanted to kind of tag on some May events. Juan already talked about Taste of Wylie, and that really kind of comes in the same timeline as Small Business Week. And there's an event every single day. If you're bored that week, you're just not trying. That's what I'm going to say. But one of my favorite events of the entire year takes place on May 5th in conjunction with that week. And it is the Wylie 500. And that's a car race, in case you didn't know. And so the cool thing about that is you might be thinking 500, you're thinking of laps around something. No, it's 500 inches. The Wylie 500 is a pedal car race for children ages 2 to 5. And it takes place right on Ballard. They shut the street down. There are all kinds of sponsorship opportunities and ways to volunteer and get involved. And what I would say about that is I think that particular event highlights one of the very unique things about Wylie of how family friendly we are. I mean, you want to talk about herding cats. You get out there with 2- and 3-year-olds all picking out pedal cars and racing down the street, and we love it. So May 5th, mark your calendars. If you've got a kiddo in that age, the tickets are on sale on Eventbrite. And of course, if you just want to get involved, you can contact me and I will help you get plugged in.
All right. And then I had one little quick note that early voting. So get out and vote. Early voting started Tuesday, goes through March the 5th. And then you can go to the City of Wylie website and find out your early voting places where you can get those in. But I think I've got the Collin County Wylie campus has them, and so does the Wylie Senior Recreation Center. So get out and vote.
Yes, that is important. And man, Wylie always has some amazing events. Pretty much every day, it seems like there's something going on. So I love that about Wylie.
No need to leave town.
Yeah, no joke. And, our Master Networks group is straight in the heart of downtown Wylie, and we meet every Thursday at 9 a.m. And we are always looking for more people to join our group or just come visit and say hi. And speaking of Master Networks, thank you so much to Angela, Brittany, and Janie for joining us this morning and, kind of just supporting us and watching us live. For those of you that don't know, Brittany Welch owns Boards by Beach Charcuterie, which is the best charcuterie in the world. And I'm not just saying that because she's my friend. I actually ordered from her before I even knew her. So she is amazing. And then Janie has the healthiest fast food in town at Wylie Nutrition, which is amazing. And then Angela is the event coordinator, I believe, at Herman Marshall Whiskey. So she joins us at the location that we're at every Thursday morning. And so thank y'all so much for tuning in. And if you are watching live, go ahead and drop your comments in the chat box and we can say hi. You can also watch this on the replay. If you do catch us on the replay, drop hashtag replay in the comments so we know that you were able to tune in. So yes, Master Networks every Thursday. And usually we like to say a little bit of why we love Master Networks so much. And so anyone want to take the reign on that this morning?
I can do that. Oh, go ahead, Susan. You're newer.
Go, Susan.
Susan, yeah.
I love Master Networks. I look forward to my Thursday morning meeting. It's like it came up in the meeting this morning. It's all about building the relationships, and you feel so connected to everybody in that room, even though our industries seem so far apart, but you realize how connected we all are. And it's been a big confidence builder for me. I was struggling with trying to put myself out there and talk to people for no reason. I mean, it was only a few weeks ago, a new neighbor moved in a house in our neighborhood that we took care of the pool for the old owner. And I walked down the street and back 3 times. And then I finally said, fine. And I knocked on their door. I never would have done that without the confidence I've gained from being at Master Networks and surrounded by the amazing and influential business owners that are in our city of Wylie.
I love that. I love to hear that. Awesome. I never would have guessed that from talking to you, Susan. So I love that.
No, and you're absolutely very fearless in that room. So yeah,
absolutely. And you're absolutely right. I mean, there are commercial IT people. There are a charcuterie board, window cleaning, pool cleaning, and maintenance and building. There's financial. There's such a different variety of people in that room, but we're all headed towards the same goal. And so that's what I love about Master Networks. And like I said, we're always looking for guests to come and join us. Just come say hi, see if it's a good fit for you every Thursday at 9 a.m. at Herman Marshall Whiskey. And with that being said, we will go to our next break and give our sponsors some love. And then when we get back, I'm excited to jump right into the guest interview.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
JP Direct Health offers affordable health insurance solutions for individuals, families, and small businesses specializing in custom coverages to fit your needs and budget. JP Direct Health offers comprehensive benefits, including PPO health plans, accident and critical illness coverage, dental and vision, health matching accounts, along with telehealth at no cost per call. Call JP Direct Health today to learn more about how we can help you protect your health and your budget.
Do you want your home or office to sparkle? Then call Elite Diamond Cleaning today. From basic cleaning to deep cleaning, and using only the highest quality cleaning products and equipment, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Our team of experienced cleaners will work quickly and efficiently to clean every nook and cranny, taking care of all the details so you don't have to. With a variety of pricing options to fit any budget, you can be sure that you are getting the best possible price. Call Elite Diamond Cleaning today at 214-300-9876 to schedule a free estimate. Your home and office is a diamond. Let us get it out of the dust.
Frisco Fighters prepare to reach new heights at Comerica Center this spring. From competitive matchups to exciting theme nights, you won't want to miss a second of the action. Join us and experience high-scoring, hard-hitting indoor football that's fun for the whole family to enjoy. Visit FriscoFighters.com for game highlights, tickets, or to reserve your spot at the Tarmac Tailgate Party. Frisco Fighters, fly with us.
Are you looking to buy a home? The process can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. With the help of a qualified loan officer like Paul Fisher, you can get the financing you need and get into your dream home. Paul Fisher, a direct local lender with Certainty Home Lending, has many years of experience helping people buy homes. He's knowledgeable, experienced, and he'll work with you to find the best loan for your needs. Contact Paul Fisher today to get started on your home buying journey. He'll help you every step of the way, so you can relax and focus on finding your dream home. Visit www.loansbyfisher.com or call 817-308-7361 to schedule a consultation with Paul. MLS number 2018111. Are you a business owner looking to grow your company? Get fast, easy financing up to $5 million with no minimum FICO score required. Apply in 60 seconds and get funded in 24 hours. Call Jim Thomas at 214-629-7223 to talk to a financing professional today. Your business's future is waiting. So don't delay. Call now and tell him that you saw him on The Difference.
And now back to the show.
Thank you so much to our sponsors for making this show happen. And speaking of sponsors, the Frisco Fighters are one of our current sponsors. And they are giving us some tickets to start giving away to lucky viewers or listeners starting next month. So we will post more about that later, and make sure that you are paying attention to our post so that you can get in on some of those tickets. And so now the part of the show is the fun part where we get to dive deep into each of our guests and get to know more about them and their background. And so, Allison, let's go ahead and get that started.
Oh, great. Oh, I can't wait. Okay, so I mentioned to you guys in a few minutes ago that I only met Susan. It's probably been just a few months. And we had the opportunity to sit down not too long ago. So I already know a little bit about, her background and her family. And it was just fascinating to me. She is from an island. And so let's just get started, Susan. I've lived in Texas my whole life. I've lived in Wylie for over 20 years. So, I don't have some of these experiences all around. Tell us about where you are from.
I'm originally from Newfoundland, Canada, and it's an island all the way in the northeast. So if you look at a map of Canada, pardon me?
What's the name of the island?
Newfoundland. If you can say understand, you can say Newfoundland. Because some people say Newfoundland, Newfoundland, it's Newfoundland.
Newfoundland, yeah. And don't they call it the Rock?
They call it the Rock. It is an extremely rugged province. The trees grow sideways because we have strong winds coming off the Atlantic. The seafood is like nothing you will ever taste in your entire life. That is probably one thing I miss the most is the seafood. I do not miss the weather. The weather is not... It's not conducive to my 100-degree loving soul. In the summertime, if we hit 80, we're lucky.
Wow.
And in the wintertime, they had 3 storms this week. So probably a total of about 6 feet of snow this week.
Okay. So since you're a pool builder, I guess that prompts me to think then this is not on my list of questions, but do people in Newfoundland commonly have backyard pools?
It's very rare. It is very rare to see an in-ground pool.
Okay. A hot tub, maybe? I don't know.
There's a lot of hot tubs. A lot of people have hot tubs, and people will put up above ground pools in the summertime for that, 6 weeks that they can use it.
Okay. So Like I said, I know that your kind of destination getting all the way to Texas, it wasn't the first place that you came to here.
No.
But can you kind of give us just the short version maybe of how you got to Texas? Because it was fascinating. To me, I was just like, wow, how adventurous. So can you give us a short version?
Tad owned his own engineering company, and I was actually in the process. We had purchased a building and I was opening a restaurant. We were in the process of renovating. We had 2 little girls, Rachel and Carly. Carly wasn't a year old, and Tad said he wanted to be home more because he traveled a lot when he had his own company. And he said, maybe I should consider working for someone else. In all the years I'd been with Tad, he had never worked for anyone. He had always worked for himself. And one day we were driving and the phone rang, and it was a headhunter that had found his corporate website and said, how do you feel about a job change? And I looked at Todd and I said, unless you expect the hand of God to pick you up and put you somewhere, I don't know what kind of sign we're waiting for. So from there, we ended up in Virginia first, and we spent 6 years in Roanoke, Virginia, in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Beautiful, beautiful state. It is gorgeous. We were close to North Carolina, so our summers were nice and hot. We did have a little bit of winter, which I wasn't happy about, but a lot less than what I was used to. And then Todd ultimately said he wanted to live in Texas. He, even when we lived in Newfoundland, had traveled all over Texas, and all I would hear was, for 2 weeks, was Texas this, Texas that. So he finally convinced me, and I said, fine, where? And he said, oh, I picked the state, you picked the city, because Todd had the ability to work from anywhere. And I said, okay, Dallas. And he laughed and he said, okay, why Dallas? And I said, because when I was a little girl, I swore I was going to grow up and live at South Fork Ranch. And he laughed and he said, well, I'll do everything I can to make your dreams come true. And now I live 12 minutes from it.
Oh, that's great. That's so great. Well,
awesome.
There's a lot of detail there that you didn't get to go into. So I encourage you, I mean, maybe Susan can come back on the show sometime, or, you know, if you have lunch with her, have her tell you all the ins and outs of it. The part that where you get to making your pool company is also just like, you're an adventurous person. I love that about your personality. She's a bit of a risk taker, and I think you're just up for an adventure. And I think it also just shows because you like to have a lot of fun. So, hey, have a pool, right? I know your tagline because in Master Networks, we always share taglines with each other. And I know it, life is better around the pool.
Yep.
So did you come up with that?
I did. First, when we started, I struggled. I didn't know what to say as, you know, our little motto or mantra kind of thing. And first I said, clean water is good, clean fun. Because my grandma and my mom, everybody used to say to me, and I guess it comes from living on an island, it doesn't matter what the problem is, just add water. If your kids are upset, put them in the bath. If they're bored, put them in the pool. If they, you know, just add water was their mantra. And so I grew up surrounded by water, and we always had extremely clean, purified water. I mean, it's iceberg water coming down from Newfoundland. And so I wasn't stuck on it because it wasn't driving home the point that I was trying to make. And it's all about family and memories and just having fun. And then one day I looked out and I said, you know, life is just better around the pool. And Todd looked at me and he said, it absolutely is. And I was like, your tagline.
There you go.
He said, I think you finally came up with it. I said, yeah, I think I did.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Okay, do I have time for one more question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so we moved into our home in 2018. It was my first experience of owning a pool. I absolutely agree with you. I cannot imagine not having a pool now. We live around the pool as soon as it gets to 70 degrees. And I mean, we're outside all the time because of the pool, I think. So I totally agree with you. I am very interested. I'm sure that since you build new pools, there's a lot of steps in the process, and we don't have time to get into all those steps. But my question for you is, how do you guide someone who's wanting to put in a pool in the design phase? What is kind of important in that piece of it?
We kind of look at the pool as an extension of your home. And you don't want to have, if you walk into someone's home and they have a more rustic feel and a more natural feel in their home, and they tell you they want a stark white geometric pool, you kind of you blink for a second and you say, well, is that really an extension to your living space? When you're sat in your living room and you're looking at your cowhide and you're looking at your stone fireplace, do you want to look out and see stark white marble and sharp edges? And they kind of get to see, and we show them pictures of projects we've done with freeform pools and geometric pools. And that's not to say you can't have a geometric pool. It's just you really have to make it cohesive to your home, your environment, and your personality. Your pool should be a reflection. Every time you sit in it, you should be happy and say, yes, this is who I am. This is where I need to be. And I want everybody here with me. The last thing I hate to hear people say is, you know, they come to me and they're like, this pool, it gives me nothing but trouble. And I want to get rid of it. And that is heartbreaking to someone like me. I'm like, no, you don't ever want to get rid of a pool. And we've taken people that have contacted us from demolition, and we've done renovation and remodel. And now they just say, I can't believe I ever considered getting rid of it. So you kind of tap into people's favorite things. Where's your favorite vacation spot? Do you like the green water of the Caribbean? For me, my pool is bright blue because it reminds me of home. It reminds me of the Atlantic Ocean. So we actually call our pool Atlantis because we're from the North Atlantic. But I've got one client I'm doing now. They love the tropical green hue. So that's the idea that we're going for them. We're picking out their tile.
Neat.
We're leaning towards those colors and those favors. So it is an extension of who you are.
I love that. I'll share. So our pool has a diving board. We will always have to have a diving board because we love our whole family. We do diving contests. And the rule for me, I will participate, but I also have to judge. And everybody knows I do not give perfect 10s. And my kids, it's like a joke in our family. So like that's important about my pool, is that's kind of our family little, you know, a joke in our family is nobody gets a perfect 10 and they're always trying. And, you know, it's a fun time that we have. I think it'll build memories that we can pass on, you know, down when one day in the far, far future, when there's the next generation, hopefully playing in that pool.
Oh, absolutely. And it'll just continue on. And there's all different, like you say, it's not even only the look of the pool, it's the purpose that you want the pool for. Do you just want to lounge? Then you would have a shallow pool. If you want to dive, it has to be a certain depth. If you want to play volleyball, we do what's called a play pool, and its profile sits like this. So it's deeper in the center. And there's all different profiles, and it has to suit your lifestyle and your family.
Allison, what's your go-to move to make sure you get close to that 10?
Well, the go-to that the kids like is the pencil dive, where they just are straight as a stick and no splash. We have had a 9.8 before, but, you know, nobody gets a 10, but it's just fun. And, you know, the little music playing. My husband loves to cook outside. We've got different areas around to just hang out. And it's interesting. The kids, as soon as it just gets a little bit, they're happy to help clean up the patio furniture and get out, because you're right, Susan, life is better around the pool.
I love that.
I'm going to add something to Susan. And I've known Susan for a while. And, I refer to her to a friend of ours from our small group. And, you know, all I have to say is, as we say a lot of times in our networking group, is cheap labor isn't good and good labor isn't cheap. And our friends are so impressed with the moment that Todd walked into their yard and said something, to the progress and the communication and just the simplest things that some people think are difficult to achieve. And all you have to do is talk to your pool builder or designer, and they'll make it happen. And these people are beyond themselves. On a weekly basis, they tell me how awesome things are going. I'm to the point, like, can it just be done so we can go swim? I mean, sounds amazing. So thank you for being here, Susan.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
It sounds like we're going to have a Master Networks dive competition this summer at Allison's house.
I don't know. We might need to go check out Atlantis there and that crystalline blue water.
I am planning a Master Networks pool party. So
that's exciting.
Start working on your dives.
Definitely. Well, Juan, you want to tell, dig a little bit deeper into the Wylie ISD and Mr. Ian for us.
Absolutely. So, Ian, I got a few questions for you, but, one of the first and most important one is what I want you to tell people. So both my kids went to Wylie ISD. They both graduated from there, and they're doing great. Which you're a Texas Tech guy, right?
Yes.
There you go. Look at that. So
Like
my daughter is still going to Texas Tech, and it seems that a lot of Wylie people go to Texas Tech. I don't know why. 6 hours away from their parents. It's kind of fun.
I know.
I can tell you why. There's a superintendent that gives a kid $1 if they do this.
That's right.
He's a permanent recruiter.
Oh, absolutely. So my kids loved it, and their entire time at Wylie ISD was awesome. And by the way, we moved here from Michigan, and they love the change. They were young. So my question is, what makes Wylie ISD so amazing that people flock to the city just for the ISD?
Well, I think this is it. The level of community engagement. Everybody's got to put their kids somewhere. Everybody's got to learn something. Everybody's got to pay school taxes. But it's the little things that happen in between. The Wylie Way that we talk about, character education is part of the curriculum, but there's a baseline. If you all have kids, I don't know how many, I know a couple of you do have kids in the district. Susan said we take that above and beyond. I mean, we actually build into the curriculum days where your kids are going to learn what character means, what grit means, what responsibility means, the things that they need no matter what career they go into, if they go into the armed forces, if they go right to college, if they get a job, the things that make them successful people, hopefully successful business people, successful husbands and wives, successful everything. It's that extra little step that we take to make sure, as Dr. Finn says, we don't want to raise smart kids, we want to raise good kids.
That's amazing. And my daughter got one of my daughters, both of our kids are adults, but one of them, she was really involved in a lot of different things. The Thespian Society, the theater, and in the theater section, the teacher was so awesome with her that it literally formed her personality. It helped her be confident out in the world. And kind of like Susan was talking about, she came to Master Networks and she felt this positive energy and encouragement. And that's what my daughter got from Wylie ISD. The other one did as well, but I'm saying this one was a little bit more involved. So you are the director of public relations and marketing, correct? Yeah. Okay. So tell me, please, or tell us in the audience, what do you do when you go out to enhance the ISD's presence and also represent it?
So my biggest thing is, again, to find those connections. If you're a business owner and you want to sponsor something, where can we best connect you to the school district? Whether it's a little thing, a big thing, whether it's the PTA, whether it's sponsoring, your daughter's involved in drama. So maybe it's sponsoring one of the plays, maybe it's being a band booster, maybe it's, you don't have kids in the school district, you moved here, you heard great things, you want to be a mentor, you want to come and read to kids, you want to come and mentor a student. There's so many opportunities out there. And I found that many people are really great at their home campus, but if you don't have a home campus, you're like I said, a retired person, or you want to get into a bigger picture, or you're a business, you sponsored something that your kid's involved in and you enjoyed it, you got good feedback, you realize it's good for your business, how can I make this bigger? And my job is to kind of come in and help connect those dots.
I mean, we have people that are no longer in the ISD because their kids have grown like myself and go to the football games.
We love it.
It's so much fun. I mean, it's better than watching professional football. It's more.
Well, we appreciate that. And actually, so one of the programs that we oversee in my department is the Senior Citizens Gold Card. And we actually, you don't have to quite be a senior citizen. We're pretty lax on it. First responder, retired military. But what we want those people to stay engaged. We say there's a difference between a captive audience and a supportive audience. If you live in Wylie, your kids are going to have to go to Wylie schools. But we want you to feel good about going to Wylie schools. We want the parents to feel good about sending their kids to school. We want them to say good things when they're out and about in the community. We want our businesses to feel good about when the cheerleaders come and ask, hey, will you sponsor something? We want you to know that it's going for a good cause that you can believe in and that you're proud of it.
That's amazing. And thank you for sharing that. And then the last thing I wanted to, ask you, or maybe have you bring it up or more detail is, so great for the children, but we also love our teachers. And we have a teacher luncheon coming up. We do it every year. A lot of people can sponsor, especially if they're part of the Chamber of Commerce, there could be a sponsor. but also we have a education foundation, right? That helps the teachers have the right things they need for the children. So tell us a little bit about those.
So the Wylie ISD Education Foundation it's a separate entity. They have their own board. They have an executive director. Dr. Vince and I serve in an ex officio capacity, but that's exactly it. Their mission is to enhance education in Wylie. So if there's a teacher that's got some innovative program, sometimes it's as simple as a bookmobile or different kinds of chairs to help kids learn differently. They write a grant, and the foundation reviews those grants, and they provide them the money. And it's over $100,000 a year. I mean, it's amazing. And that's all money that has been donated by individuals and businesses over the years. You know, it's an investment, it grows. They get funded and get annuities. And they also do scholarships. So students can apply for scholarships in the spring. And that's all that they do. Their Boots and Barbecue that you talked about, which I'd love to promote it. Of course, it's sold out. Hopefully some of y'all have been there or have your tables. It's going to be bigger now. I think we're up to 90 something tables. We've moved from South Fork. Sorry, Susan. Those are green. It is amazing how close he got you. That's very impressive. Moved it from South Fork to the Plano Center. And so we're going to have 800 people now, I guess it is, there to celebrate our students and our teachers. It's impressive. And again, it's something that kind of goes above and beyond what the normal school district does.
How amazing is that?
Yeah. Can I make a comment?
What's that?
So, Ian, since your role is marketing, the thing that I think sets Wylie ISD apart are the emphasis on relationship, but the authenticity. And I think that the marketing is definitely displays those kind of characteristics. So the way that information is presented, like for something like about kindergarten roundup, right. I have a nephew who's going to go to kindergarten this year. And just from the very get-go, the colors, the branding, the style of communication, it displays, I think, the values of relationship building, authenticity, and those personalized stories. So if you had anything to do with, those elements, kudos.
It was a team. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I will say that a lot of people may not know this, that Dr. Vincent's first degree is in business, and he started out in marketing at Frito-Lay. So when I go to him and I say, Dr. Vincent, the brand has to be, that's the brand guideline, that's the style guide. These are our, he totally gets it and he supports it. And it's not like that everywhere. The W thing was his idea that we came up with a couple of years ago, and to roll it out and see the W's everywhere. I ran a little contest last year with, I found your car with a sticker on it, you got some swag. He's very supportive of stuff like that. We really, it's a unifying thing. And when we go out of the community, when we're playing games on the road or someone's out of town and you see that W, everybody knows what the Coke logo looks like, the Nike swoosh. We want people, especially in Texas, to know that, Vincent says when the W shows up, you're playing for second. So
I love it. Riding for the brand. I love it.
Riding for the brand. That was our theme 3 years ago. And when we unveiled it, and it's great. I mean, we still have AMO and the Raiders and the Pirates and the Dodd Dinos and the Tibble Tigers. But this is more of an official overall district image that we're trying to project.
I like it.
I love that. And, in a time when schools and school districts in general are getting such a bad rap, I know several people in the Wylie School District that have spoke very highly of the school district in its entirety. So I appreciate that. And it clearly flows out into everything that you guys do. So thank you.
And that's our goal. That's our goal is that, through stuff like this, when you hear someone at the supermarket or church or whatever saying something negative, you can say, whoa, wait a minute. That's not exactly the story. Talk to this person or, to provide that information and make everybody ambassadors for the district.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we're going to show some more love to some of our sponsors real quick. And when we get back, we're going to hear all about Miss Kate Porter Buxton.
The Community Difference is a new series of shows powered by the Difference Radio live stream and podcast network. This series of shows was designed to highlight the unsung heroes that call our towns and communities home. And we wanted to create a platform that brings awareness to and reminds folks of the goodness that lives within so many of us. By working with the local community leaders, business owners, first responders, veterans, schools, and citizens, we want to unite with a clear and selfless purpose. The Community Difference seeks to spotlight the people, events, and activities that are producing positive outcomes, inspirational stories, and incredible experiences. In a world that is consumed with negative press, media manipulation, and propaganda, the difference
along with many others who believe and support the difference, understands there is no better way to make the difference than to highlight the unsung heroes that call our towns and communities home. We are currently searching for local communities to be the focus of our shows, but before we can launch a show in your community, we need your help. We need you along with local business leaders, chambers of commerces, major nonprofits, online community group leaders, networking groups, etc., to join us in making the difference in helping your community be seen, be heard, and be remembered. So, if you would like to know how you, your business, school, social media community, church, or your favorite nonprofit organization can be a part of this unique and powerful program, reach out to us today and introduce yourself and let us know how you would like to contribute and bring awareness to the amazing people, places, and events that are making the difference in the community you love. You can call us at 972-866-4596 or email us at info@thedifferenceradio.com.
And now, back to the show.
Welcome back, and thank you again to our sponsors. We would not be able to have this show without you guys. And always, if anyone is looking for sponsorship in our show, please reach out, and we would be so happy to have you. Scott and Judy, thank you so much for watching today. And they said, hi, Ian, and what a great lineup we have today. I agree. Well, Kate, last but not least, ready?
I know. I'm so glad. I mean, I'm gonna switch gears a little bit on Kate, not too much. I mean, I did send her a text. It's like, I'm gonna ask you this, but I want to kind of switch gears a little bit to on the topic of like social media, because I think with me as a mortgage lender and Kate, doing real estate, you've got to really kind of differentiate yourself as far as what you're posting or how they're going to find you. And I think Kate does that very well. Now she's gonna say that that she struggles like we all do, but I think she does a great job. So I guess my question, Kate, is what are some of the things that you do to kind of differentiate yourself as far as Kate with Coldwell, and how are you getting new clients, or kind of what are you doing to kind of, as Lyndon would say, be seen, be heard, and be remembered?
Well, thank you, Paul. I appreciate that intro and your kind words. Yes, like many of us, I do feel like my social media game just struggles. It's a real challenge. It is a double-edged sword. It's a necessary evil, right? Today's landscape is not all print media like it was 15 years ago, particularly in the realm of real estate, when you're sending off ads, proofing ads that are being published in print. And so as we are now in this landscape that is heavily marketed in the social media realm, I think one of the things that I try to really focus on is really being authentic. Who am I? Just be myself. I can't be you. I can't pretend. If I do, it comes across awkward and I fail miserably. I think being who you are in all that you do is the most important aspect. I think it's important to look at those who you admire, those who are doing things that you aspire to be like, and emulate those things, but with your own personal touch. If I see you marketing a certain way or with a certain person that I think compliments you, right? I want to be able to utilize that in not just selling myself, but showing people who I am through what I do. And so I say it's a struggle. Some days it's a struggle, some days it's not. Some days I can get on and just present very easily. Some days I'll have 3 or 4 things going on and I don't post for several days. So it's a struggle in always staying consistent, but that's another key component, trying to be consistent.
Well, and I noticed too, I mean, as heavily involved as you are, like I said, with, Wylie Chamber of Commerce, the city of Wylie, I noticed that you're taking advantage of something Marianne asked us to do with the Wylie Chamber of Commerce calendar. So have you seen that, kind of help out, some of your, I guess, traction, for lack of a better word?
Sure. So one of the things that we are able to utilize through chamber membership is an online calendar where you can submit events and they will promote your events online for you. And I have submitted, I think it's 3 open houses now, and I have had traction, not in the way that I thought I would. However, I've had more traction with other realtors being interested in, oh, I didn't realize you were, having an open house in that area this weekend. It's a different readership, surprisingly, right? We all live in the same community. We assume that our readers or viewers are the people that we talk to all the time or that we see all the time. We don't realize our reach is really different than maybe what we think. And so I have had some traction, and I'm going to continue to be diligent in marketing that way. I've changed up the method and sort of the verbiage that I've used, but I think it's a great platform, and I highly encourage others to utilize it if you're a chamber member.
And I was going to even ask, I mean, I know, a lot of folks, Susan and Ian, kind of went through their, background, and I've always loved what yours is. I mean, how you got to real estate, knowing what you did before. I mean, because it's still in the real estate realm, but very, kind of different on from the operations side, the sales side. So maybe let everybody know what you used to do for Lumen.
Sure. So I do have an interesting path to where I am today in the residential and multifamily sales space. I spent the last 8 or so years in the commercial mortgage underwriting sector, primarily in the multifamily space. And for those of you who may not understand what multifamily is, it's anything that is constructed of 4 units or more for living. So apartment complexes of 4 units or more typically. And real specific niche was in the low income housing tax credit sector. That's a mouthful. But utilizing federal tax credits and municipal tax exempt bonds to facilitate the capital utilized for borrowers. So those who want to invest in property but who need some financial help, there are a lot of programs and ways to structure your debt and equity in order to break into that space.
I know. And so, so looking at, having that background that you know of, and now you're, working on single family or even investment properties, what do you see with people wanting to move to Wylie? I mean, moving to Wylie or this area or Saxe, or I know you do a little bit out in Royce City, but I mean, what's the drive and what are you seeing on the people that are purchasing in Wylie?
Sure. That's a great question. I think a lot of the same reason that some of us may have moved out here. So I was born and raised in Dallas and spent most of my life there. And when I met my now husband, he was living in Wylie. He purchased from out of state primarily he chose Wylie because of the good school district, high resale value of homes, proximity to lakes. We're both big bass fishermen, so that was a key component. And did not want to be in the city center, but close enough to commute. He works in downtown Dallas, but takes the commuter rail in, which I know is a foreign concept to a lot of people too. But right, you can live, work, and play and not be right in the city center. That's the objective. And I can tell you the majority of the traffic coming through open houses or phone calls that I get are people who live in densely populated, stacked areas, and they want to have space. They want to feel like they can breathe. And our school district is amazing. It comes up every conversation. Not only that, we are a community. We still have that small town feel, but we aren't really a small town. We are growing. Lavon, as y'all probably have noticed, is exploding. There are houses being built faster than we can imagine. And so really, I think the influx out this way, Wylie, Lavon, Beyond, Josephine, all of that, people just want space. And there are a lot of people who, even if they don't have children in school, They want to own real estate in a district where they know that home can resell to an up-and-coming family who wants to be in a good school district. So, right, it's not just about the purchase, it's about the resale.
Well, I tell you, you brought up an interesting thing that I forgot to mention. So, I know that you and Jason like to do bass fishing. And, earlier, Susan mentioned that there was no good seafood like she's had before. So it sounds like, I guess when you go fishing, bring Susan your, whatever you catch.
I believe that you've got a good recipe for us, Chef.
Oh my God, that's for another day. That's for another day. So, well, I'm glad. Yeah, like I said, I'm glad we got to touch on the social media piece because, I think it is. If you can't figure it out, go find a 16-year-old and they'll teach you what to do. So, it's kind of how it is with our nieces in our household. So, but that's great, man. I'm really glad that you came on to tell us all about that, and I know we got another good section of questions coming up. So
yes, I love that, Kate. And they say that any room that you're in, you can throw a rock and hit 10 realtors, right? And in networking, I've seen that in so many rooms. And so the way that you set yourself apart from the other realtors and the way that you're so involved in the community, I think that really just differentiates you from a lot of people. And also, you just totally convinced me to move to Wylie. So.
Thank
well,
you.
And it's funny you say that, Tara, because you have to be genuine, transparent, and I think we all have to be that way when we want to connect with people and not just think about a sale. You want to be genuine and have a good connection and a relationship. And so I think that's what Kate brings when she's dealing with her clients, and I think all of us do with as well. So.
Absolutely.
Well, and Tara, we know somebody that can help you with the house, with the loan, to build the pool, get your grass going, and your fence. I mean, we got you taken care of.
That's right.
Everyone.
Yeah. What do you need? And I'll get you connected.
We'll get you connected. Right.
Yeah. I got 2 more years until my oldest gets out of high school, and then we're figuring it out. So I love it.
Oh,
well, they say
Susan.
I know Susan's outside to show us her amazing pool that we were talking about earlier. I mean, look at that. Life is definitely better by the pool.
It is definitely better by the pool.
That spot in the center in the back, that's my spot right there.
Does it have a shallow part? Does it have a shallow part?
29 closest friends.
Is it deep or is it shallow or is it a mixture?
It's 12 feet deep on the deep end. We also are a diving family. So.
Well, you just got Allison's attention.
Yeah. So when we have our party, Allison, I'm going to need to see a pencil dive.
Okay, it's coming.
Hey, we need to set up a way that we can have a scuba instructor do the classes there rather than on the dark, dirty lake.
There you go.
There you go. Well, thank you for showing us your pool, and Ian is headed to show us the beautiful day as well. So let's go ahead and take our last break and show some more love to our sponsors today.
The Community Difference Wylie is made possible by Jenny Connolly with TC Roofing, Restoration and Solar. Trust TC to keep you leak-free. Jessica Cooper with Diesel Signs and Displays, the power of advertising. Juan Peón with JP Direct Health. Affordable health insurance solutions. As proactive protection, not a reactive solution. Marissa Page with Page Restoration. When the worst happens, let our family take care of yours. Allison Wilson with Community Wealth Advisors, Life Well Planned. Lynn Heverly, Realtor with Coldwell Banker Apex. Trust, knowledge, hard work, results. Janice Greenlee with Green Root Capital.
The North Texas Community Difference Wylie. Together, we can make the difference.
And now back to the show.
Are you ready?
Rapid fire.
Are you ready?
Oh my God. All right. Are y'all ready for rapid fire?
All right. Well, this is the part of the show where we like to have a little bit of fun, and we just ask quick questions, and you have just a split second to answer. Don't think about it. Just answer with the first thing that comes to top of mind. And Ian is back, and he's going to show us his beautiful view of the stadium right now. If Lyndon can pull up his camera so we can see that. All right.
Outdoor theme. So, I couldn't let you guys, one of the advantages of often seeing at the stadium is we get to see kids perform all kinds of stuff, but also we have a pretty nice view up here. So if you're ever bored and you're driving around Wylie, come by the stadium and we'll take you upstairs and show you this and get you some swag.
That's beautiful.
Hey, Ian, can we do a show from up there?
We could probably make that happen. We've got indoor and outdoor booths. We could probably make that happen.
That would be cool.
That is so cool. And I want to apologize because I know I keep calling you Ian. It is just a really, really bad habit. His name is not Ian, it's Ian. And I apologize for that.
It happens. I appreciate it.
Of course. Well, thank you for showing us that view. That's a beautiful view. Now, all right. Now, Paul is going to take it away with the rapid fire. And then if anyone else wants to jump in and ask some fun questions, then feel more than welcome.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start from the bottom. I did some of these last week, and they were kind of fun. So I'm just going to do what Tara does and just go around the horn. So, Ian, you're going to be first. What was your favorite cereal growing up, and when was the last time you had it?
Oh, wow. Cinnamon Toast Crunch and not recent enough.
All right, Susan, you're up.
Alphabets, probably 25 years ago.
All right. Juan.
Frosted Flakes, and it's been about 20 years.
All right, Kate, what you got?
I'm going to ditto that. Frosted Flakes, and I do not remember the last time I had them, but I know it was in one of those little mini boxes.
Yeah.
Out of the box.
Probably
especially when you grab them and you crush them, make them all like, nice and dense. Woo, baby.
All right, Allison.
Okay, I was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
And last time?
It's been a hot minute. I can't even remember.
All right, Sarah, what do you got?
Man, Lucky Charms. And the last time I had it was probably when we had nothing else in the kitchen, and I was like, okay, Lucky Charms it is. It's been a long time.
I like the honeycomb. I mean, honeycomb was good, and it's been, and like Allison, it's been a hot minute. So
Cookie Crisp. I used to eat Cookie Crisp when I was younger.
Is that even a cereal? That's more like a snack food.
I know.
Everybody's going to head to the grocery store to the cereal aisle.
Right?
That's right.
Lyndon said he had some Lucky Charms yesterday. I love some Lucky Charms. I just can't eat cereal anymore.
I have to battle my grandson because he comes over and he sees Lucky Charms and he wants them, and I don't want him to have them because I'm kind of stingy with my Lucky Charms.
But then you like picking out your favorite marshmallow at that point in time. So
yeah. There you go.
Okay, this one is one we did last week. And I'll just start at the top again. So if you could only communicate through movie quotes for a day, what movie would it be? And if you can name a quote from them, that would be okay. So what you got, Ian?
I want to say Animal House or Blues Brothers. I don't think it's a quote I could say on a,
Yeah, keep it PG-13.
Yeah.
All right, Susan.
Gladiator, and Are You Not Entertained?
Very good. All right, Juan.
Yeah, Susan stole it from me. Gladiator is my favorite movie of all times. You're not entertained, but yeah, I'm just gonna have to double that.
That's good. That's all right. All right, what you got, Kate?
Okay, I'm going to go with two, and one of them, Ian, is also the Blues Brothers, and that's I'm on a Mission from God. And my other one is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yeah. And I may get this wrong, but I think it's something to the effect of life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop to look around, you might miss it.
Yeah.
Always good. Always good. All right, Miss Allison.
This is definitely not my favorite movie, but what's coming to mind is I'll Be Back from Terminator. If you made me just communicate like that for a day, I'll be back later. I have more words.
I've got more words, yeah. Tara, I know you got a good one in there.
Man, I don't know if it's appropriate, but Talladega Nights is the funniest movie ever. And I probably can't say any of the lines from it on here.
Well, mine last week was Godfather. I mean, it's just there's too many good ones to quote in there. But and see, I've already forgot. Yeah, so yeah, we're going to the mattresses. That's always a good one. So
you know what? I can think of my quote: "If you're not first, you're last." That's pretty PG.
If you're not first, you're last. All right, I got one more.
I can say really quick. It's not a movie, but Winter's Coming.
Winter. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I got this one from our friend Troy Brooks over at CNC Auto Detailing. He put this on his Facebook post about maybe about a week or so ago, and I thought it was pretty good. So, what was your first car? Ian, what was your first car?
A 1976 Toyota Celica.
And where is it now?
Probably crushed into a tin can.
Susan?
A 1989 Toyota Corolla Coupe with pop-up headlights and a sunroof.
Oh, nice.
And if it's still in Newfoundland, it's been reduced to rust by the salt airs.
It's been passed around. One?
I would say it's either an 86 or an 87 Renault 2.0.
Don't hear that car model very often anymore.
Nope.
Kate, what about you?
1987 old body style Suburban that all 4 kids in my family learned to drive in, and it's the kind of seat where the whole seat moves forward.
Oh yeah,
individual seats.
Bench seat.
Party bus.
Oh yeah.
Kate
I had to stack it with phone books so that I could reach the pedals.
Phone book? What's that?
That's a show topic for another day. Allison, what was yours?
I had a 1986 Chevrolet Cavalier that was a stick shift. So I got a hidden skill in there.
That is a hidden skill.
I could do that again, I think.
Was it 4 on the floor or 3 in the tree?
It was it was, I don't know, it was in the side.
Oh, Tara?
Oh man, I had a 1998 Chevy Malibu, and no one told me that I had to change the oil, so I blew the head gasket.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
How come my car was a 70 something and y'all are 80 and 90s? That's not right.
Ian, I'm about to beat you.
Okay.
So when I had a 54 Chevy truck that my dad delivered to me on a flatbed that had no windows. I mean, no tires. It was like rusted out, baby blue. But I had to back in the 80s, they gave you a catalog and you had to order the parts. So I'd work my jobs. I'd get enough money to order headlights, work some more, order tailgate. So it took a good year to get that thing done. But I mean, I got like 6 miles to the gallon and it's probably still in Abilene somewhere. So
wow,
that's funny. I got a question for all y'all to see who knows this car. I learned how to drive in it. That wasn't my first car though. My dad sold it eventually and I didn't get to drive it anymore, but I learned how to drive in it. It was a Volkswagen Safari, otherwise known as the Thing. Who knows that car?
No.
Yeah. It was like a late, there you go. It was like a late mid-70s.
Convertible, right?
Oh my gosh, there was so much fun. It's almost like a Jeep nowadays. You take the doors, the roof off, and it's just like driving a golf cart, but it was built for the German army back in the day and then eventually made its way through, other continents. Wow. So that was a fun car to drive. And a manual, and then when the clutch breaks, you don't fix the clutch, you just turn the car off, put it in first, start the car going. Slide right to second, and no clutch.
I can't believe somebody said like Volkswagen Rabbit.
I have one of those too.
Well, this has been so much fun today, guys. Thank y'all so much for joining us today. And so we've got about 2 minutes left. So what we're going to do is go around the screen and tell everyone how to get in touch with you and the best way to contact you, or if they want to reach out to you. And Susan, I'm going to start with you, and then we'll just go around the screen.
All right. Texas Fast Pool. You can call us 540-429-6784. You can get us on Facebook at Texas Fast Pool or on our website at texasfastpool.com or email txfastpool@gmail.com.
Well, you can get me at loansbyfisher.com for Certainty Home Lending. My email is paul.fisher@certaintyhomelending.com, and then my cell phone is down below. The great thing about me is there are no 800 numbers, so when you call me, you get me.
Love it. Kate?
I love that. I also do not have a 1-800 number, 512-694-7867. Austin number, but proudly back in this part of the great state of Texas. I'm on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, all K. Porter Buxton Realtor. and soon to be on YouTube. Details forthcoming.
All right, look at that.
Awesome. Ian?
Social media queen.
And WylieISD.net. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter, on Instagram. We also, if you go to our website, you can look under communications and you can see the Twitter feeds and Facebook feeds for other campuses and organizations.
Awesome. Allison?
Hey there, you can reach me at Community Wealth Advisors, 972-521-8282. Got all the socials and websites and all that good stuff too.
Love it. Juan?
You can find me, you can look at JP Direct Health on Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube, or just the website, jpdirecthealth.com. Like the others mentioned, my cell phone is my personal and my business number. You can reach me directly anytime.
I love it. And you can reach Texan Window Cleaning on all social medias at Texan Window Cleaning, or give us a call for a free estimate at 972-214-9904. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. This was a great show, and I hope y'all have the rest of your day.
Awesome. Bye.
Thank you for watching today's show. If you liked today's show, please share, like, and subscribe, and make sure to shop, buy, and hire in Wylie. Special thanks to all the guests, co-hosts, and sponsors of the North Texas Community Difference Wylie.
Thank you for tuning in and watching our show. If you would like to see our next show, or more shows like this one, just click the QR code and go to show schedules, or just follow and subscribe to our channels to get updates and notifications of this show, and many others like it.